Overseer's Log 19, Chop, No Chopping. Hello, Vault Dwellers and Wastelanders. My name is Kyle, and I will be your overseer for today's episode. This podcast is our companion to our primary TTRPG campaign, Tales from Tomorrow Under the Mothman's Embrace, which is a game that I play every Sunday night with my friends over on Twitch, and we're going to start doing it live over on YouTube as well. Before we get into a recap of last week's episode, we're going to do what we always do here, which is do the housekeeping. Firstly, I want to apologize if there's any weird noise this week. My Rodecaster Pro 2 has been acting up a bit, and I'm starting to learn a little more what's going on. For you audio nerds out there, my XLR port 1 had some staticky buzz on it, but in addition to that, I had been noticing prior that there was these kind of sharp artifacts in the sounds that I was making, kind of clicks and pops, and I couldn't tell if they were mouth noises or it just sounded kind of offensive to the ear. And I also sounded a little tin canny in it. Maybe I sound like on this one too because the equalizer is not very great. But we're going to hope that Rhodes' team can get us sorted out. I just, who wants that sort of roller coaster ride of trying to get the audio right? Whenever I sort of moved actually I've been trying to decide how the static happens. Sometimes your XLR cords go bad. You can't really see it, but here's one. Sometimes these go bad due to being strained or something, or they can be sitting on a power cord of their own, and that causes issues, but not this one. A little bit of nerdy housekeeping right there. I'll go into another fun one and say that tonight, Saturday night, we are going to be doing a meetup in Fallout for our crafting fair. Fallout 76 on the PC side, let me say. That is our very first community event. We're hitting off in a big way. It's a crafting event. We're going to try and hold it twice a month, the first and third Saturday of the month. People can come through, get gear crafted for them, or craft for other people. So if you're a Fallout 76 player on the PC side, add Overseer Kyle and come join us around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that is Saturday, August 2nd, and again on August 16th. In addition to that, I want to let people know we're doing Fasnacht mask swap. So the other big event we're doing in 76 is Friday Night Fallout. Come by, play the game on Friday night, meet some fellow friends over on Twitch. Our Twitch account's twitch.tv/Overseer Kyle. You can meet some other players. If you're PS4 or Xbox or anything else, I think those are the only two options. If you're on the PlayStation or Xbox, you're still welcome to join in Twitch chat. Of course, we just can't cross-play in-game, so we're going to do the very best that we can with it. But this is our goal and I guess our aim to bring a bunch of community peoples together. I know there's a lot of new people getting into 76. I know there's a lot of people coming back to 76, and playing the game alone is not the greatest experience from my past. I really love it with friends, and I think it's all the better when you start getting communities together and start doing these big events. Big shout out to Vendor Hunt 76 over on the Xbox side. We interviewed him on one of the previous episodes of Vault Broadcast, and he was talking about how they do scavenger hunts every single day. You should go listen to that episode because it's amazing, and it's the next segue into my talking point here, that we just released Vault Broadcast episode 9 with Rhys of Slocum'sJoeOfficial. This is a pretty special episode because Rhys got me into the Bethesda brand ambassador program, and that program is undergoing a little bit of a rough patch right now. So I'm going to keep my thoughts on this fairly brief, and I just want everyone to know that everything I say here comes from a place of genuinely not just good faith. It is good faith, but it's also the fact that I want us to grow together in a strong way. Bethesda's brand ambassador program is sort of this third-party company that's involved. My understanding right now is you got Bethesda Softworks, which is a subsidiary of ZeniMax, but you got Bethesda Softworks, and the Bethesda Gear Shop is actually managed by a company that goes by the name of DPI. They make a lot of the merchandising decisions and things like that. And so I don't think DPI is technically under Bethesda in any way. It doesn't seem like it from what I've seen because they do other franchises. But DPI or Bethesda Softworks, man, it works with this brand ambassador program who works with other programs or other franchises. It's all very, so many cracks to fall in on it. And right now what's going on is they're shifting us between apps, and it's resulting in a lot of the creators you know and love getting less commissions off these sales. And beyond that, us being unceremoniously thrown into this new app, this new interface. Bethesda sent a message to this is so exciting, and yet we're panicking. People are panicking because they have to pull out, sort of hundreds of dollars that they've let accrue in these accounts. I'm one of those people. Over the months, I've let money build up, and And the brand ambassador app has a really tough way to get your money and things out. It can take a month on its own, and that's one of the problems we've had with it. Bethesda will drop a new item up on the shop for you to purchase, and they don't tell us in advance of it. And so we have to take out a gift card from that account to pay for that item, but we have to take it out in exact cash because any money over on the gift card is not retained. It's just wiped. So we've got to know the future that there's going to be this item that comes out, know roughly how much it's going to cost, and be able to put that gift card withdrawal in about 4 weeks early. Can you see the problem there? So what we're trying to do is work with Bethesda to make this whole thing better. If anyone out there has a contact at Bethesda Softworks or specifically closer to the gear side of things, I'd love to get a direct email. I have worked with them 5 or so years ago, maybe 5 to 7 years ago, and there were real people at the Bethesda Gear Shop. They sent us giveaway goodies for some charity streams that we were doing at the time. I don't know if those people still work there now. I don't even know that I have those emails from back then. But we just want to fix this ambassador program in a way that benefits everybody. Getting unceremoniously bumped from 10% commission to 7% feels a little slimy, and also just the fact that there's no good communication at all is feeling like the word ambassador is very hollow. And these are things that we can fix. That's why I say this is all in good faith, but it's even further than good faith. Sometimes people don't give a rat's butt about good faith. This is good business. How about that? Working tightly with your ambassadors is a way to breed success. We know what the audience wants, and we have a connection to the audience in a way that they as a company do not. Don't believe me? Well, then why would the ambassador program exist? If Bethesda could sell everything to every person they wanted without having a middleman and commission going out, they would just do that. But of course, that's not what's happening. They're realizing that people like us, creators of various size and form, we can generate them sales. And boy, have you helped me. We in the last 6 months have moved 170 successful checkouts on the Bethesda shop. That's a lot. That's great for them. It's great for me because, as I've told you all for many episodes now, those commissions from checkout are about as good as doing a $10 to $20 donation for us a lot of the time. Bethesda merch isn't cheap. Buying a Pip-Boy or something's not cheap. So 10% of a $200 checkout, really helpful to us over here, right? And the fact that that's all wishy-washy, and it feels even worse because we know all eyes are on Bethesda for Fallout Season 2 coming this December, and the talks of possible remakes, they're doing good. Bethesda's not hurting. And if Bethesda is hurting, that's a whole other conversation to be had because someone's taking home a paycheck they shouldn't be. if Bethesda's hurting, there's a whole other issue strain at hand. It's not that you don't have an engaged audience. You definitely do. It's not that you don't have access to produce great IPs. You have access to them. Whether or not those IPs, the games wind up being great is a whole other story. But generally, there should be money here and it should be working well. So in the best faith and the best love, I can just say me and other creators drafted this wonderful letter that outlines our concerns, but also highlights ways to fix them and tighten our integrations, like knowing in advance when some items are coming to the shop so we can plan for them. Also, that means us getting those items in advance so we can shoot video with them. But I'm not going to go into all of it now. I want to keep everything really kind and nice. We want to work with Bethesda because I'll tell you, if there's any Bethesda reps listening out there or anyone that can get this to them, I want to warn, there are creators out there who are ready for the claws and the horns to come out and to start ripping this apart. They've probably already seen some of that in some forums that I don't really know they're monitoring, like the app itself. But the point is, people are getting upset, and we want to avoid all of that in the best blood and the best faith and the best business building together. Help us out. Let us work together. Let us all have a call. Let us get the ambassador program to be real ambassadorship. Build something powerful and positive that we can use going forward for years to come. Okay, why again was that a useful rant here? Because Rhys of Slocum'sJoeOfficial, he and I, in that Vault broadcast episode, that was recorded days before that change was made and came out a couple days after. So we were already suffering from a drought of sales, which we kind of are wondering if that's related to the app. Have we been getting shortchanged at all? Why did so many people in the ambassador program shoot into these great sales numbers only to trickle off come June and May and July. I think May was my last good month on there. And then it's been really rough since. So anyway, we do have a code this week. It is Vault-1. Vault-1. It is different than the B-Tails codes, right? Vault-1. VAULT1. Try that. Should get you 20% off. I'll get my 7% instead of a 10. I'll live with that for now. But yeah, we want to fix this. We don't want anyone feeling odd or on the outs or anyway uncomfortable and untaken care of. So Bethesda, get in touch with us. We want to have a good talk. We want to build things. Anyway, moving on to the next. Our Fallout TTRPG. We released episode 19, Chop No Chopping, on Wednesday of this past week. That episode is a fun one, but it was us getting back into the seat because we've had a lot of time off. Me moving to the office, Sky moved into a new apartment. Lots have been changing. And we kind of agreed for now, we like shortening the episode length, or at least it's helping me. I don't know if it's the summer heat. I don't know if it's just, again, the stress of moving and needing to buy furnishings. And like, it's a lot to get into a new space. But my brain just does not have that much spare bandwidth. So shorter episodes have been better. But we're also building towards a big climax, which I think is going to be a bit of a relief and a reprieve for me in the show. Like right now, we're building up to this climax with a Mothman equinox, which is something that happens in 76. But it's going to happen in our game too. And depending on how my players approach that and decide to work with it, it's going to change the landscape of Appalachia as they know it. Whether or not we go to more small scale, like Monster of the Week sort of things, or the Mothman becomes this even more ever-present threat, will be decided by that outcome. They already know this stuff, so this isn't spoilers to them. They know it's a living, breathing world and that their decisions have consequences in it, which is the most fun part of a TTRPG, I think. I'm just curious to see if we'll stick with the Mothman threat or if it's going to be other things that come up along the way. But you'll have to go and listen to that for yourself. Episode 19 is on YouTube and all your favorite podcast players. That teases me into point number 2, or I guess 3 now, which is Case Review 19 came out. That is our critical after show evaluation. It is a podcast episode that we record exclusively for our paying members. So if you want to become one of them and get access to it, you can grab it at the $5 tier over on Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/overseer Kyle is the place you can grab that and a lot more. So check that out. I'm going to be building out that program over the next 6 months, so it's something even more substantial than it is now. And if you have ideas, you're welcome to chime off in the comments below. What would interest you in signing up for it? Especially a poignant question when we are seeing our commissions be eaten up or disappear or something in between. So if you could consider subscribing for the cost, literally, I mean, you can't even buy like a Whopper or a Big Mac or whatever for $5 these days. So for less than a price of a hamburger, you could get yourself, 4 bonus episodes a month approximately. And there's going to be the newsletter, which goes out in digital form, and if you're a high enough tier, it'll be in physical. This is still my printing that happens on crappy paper. Like this one, you can kind of actually see through. I don't know if you can see right here, but it bleeds through. Anyway, this is the tease of the Vault broadcast, what you'd get, both in digital and physical form. It's a recap of all the things we've done here. It's a tease of what's to come. It's got little fun games in it. It's just something cute for you to have a piece of living Fallout in your set, in your display, whatever you want to call it. What else can we do? We could talk about how there's upcoming Overseer's logs. I just want to say these are still going to come out every Saturday that we have a primary episode of Tales from Tomorrow. I think that gets me out of the way of that and into our alerts and notes about what's happening in Fallout 76. We are trying to build more and more community over there, especially after my chat with Vendor Hunt 76 over on the Vault Broadcast podcast. He got me really inspired to be building community, and I thought one of the ways we could do it is something we used to do back in World of Warcraft, back in like 2008. We used to host crafting fairs, or I should say I was in a guild that hosted them, and I attended them, and they were really fun. It was great because the guild leader was also a podcaster, so he would go over all these events, how they worked and how they function, and they would do recap episodes on them. And that's what I'm kind of teasing you all here. August 2nd, the day this episode airs, is going to be our very first crafting fair, and it's going to take place around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. New York time, on Fallout 76's PC platform. You can add me in game. The name is Overseer Kyle, and you can teleport to my camp. You fast travel there. We're going to be meeting up, and we're going to be crafting gear for new players. If there's mods or things that veteran players want to get a hold of, that's all fine too. I assume if you're a veteran player that has a lot in your stash, maybe you want to help do some of the crafting. We're going to use our Discord server to facilitate this, so make sure, again, you're a member there to know what's up. But this is the very first. We're going to try and do it twice a month, the first and third Saturday of the month. In addition, right now, because Fasnacht's going on Fridays, we are doing a mask swap. So look out for that. That's actually happening tonight, the night I'm recording this episode. But by the time you hear this, that'll be over. Hopefully it went well. But that is also a kickoff to our other event we're trying to get going on a weekly basis, which is Friday Night Fallout. Sort of playing on Friday Night Lights, almost football season sort of thing here in the US. Friday Night Fallout's a time we want you to log into the game and play together. Instead of everyone playing different nights of the week and me trying to throw out a net and be like, yeah, come hang out with us, come play games with us. You're welcome to. We're there a lot throughout the week. But on Fridays, that is our time to meet with people together as a community, to be really centric on that. Come out to each other's camps. I know I want to start running raids. That's going to be a really fun thing. We can run events. We can do scavenger hunts. We could do all kinds of things, giveaways, whatever comes up, we can do them. And that's why, again, I'm starting with this sort of mask swap idea on a Friday, at least as long as Fasnacht's here. So let me recap all of that to say, first and third Saturdays of the month, we are doing the crafting fair. Fridays, every week, presumably, we are going to do the Fallout Friday night meetup session that we play the game together. That's going to be less focused on the individual task. So, it's not going to be so crafting oriented, but maybe it will over time. Maybe people will come up with ideas, and that's where I ping all of you. I need community ideas, community support, input, and ideas. We'd love to bring all of that together. If you're a fellow creator out there, and I know I've talked to some on Vault Broadcast, if you're out there and you have your own Fallout community, bring them out that night. If you're on Xbox or PS4, come join us in the Twitch chat. We're going to be doing it live over on Twitch. Overseer Kyle. Trying to keep it all simple, but it's a lot. There's a lot going on in the world, and I hope this little Vault broadcast today brings it together for you. Now, usually I'd sit here and reminisce on things and talk to you for like 30 minutes, but today, it's a little hot in here. I'm a little worked up about stuff, tech troubleshooting right before this and such and so on. I'm going to get out of here, leave you with this truncated episode that goes over all the goodies, remind you that if there's anything I missed in between, that this post that I recapped is over on the Discord server. I think I even made myself a scene for this. Heck yeah, look at that. So if you get in the Discord server, you can come over here to our Tales from Tomorrow channel. I'll warn you, I'm thinking of rebranding it into Overseer Kyle's Vault. It just might fall more in line with what's going on. I really like the idea. We're doing all this Vault branding, so why not even include the Discord and such in that? But if you come over here to the alerts channel, you can see these posted. I try and trim out a lot of the fluff in between. I try and keep this channel pretty succinct. You can even see the prior one right up here. And these are links directly to these episodes. So if you wanted to check out the vendor hunt one I just mentioned, you could see that YouTube and Substack. You can see it for Two-Cam cosplays before that. You can scroll down. You can get your Overseer, you get your Overseer's logs. Those are in here too if you want to catch up on the backlog. I believe that's the playlist itself on YouTube. But you can get your case reviews. You want to become a Substack member or a Coffee member. There you go. I think that's the last thing I'll leave you all with is a reminder. Do become a Substack member. That is a great place to stay in touch. That is an email each time we do a blog post. So every time there's a new episode, you get an email that allows you to customize what lists you're a part of, so on and so forth. But we love to keep you in the loop here. Again, all in good community, building faith. We're having a blast with it. I'm certainly loving it. I mean, right now I'm eager. I'm going to go out and start doing Fallout 76 stuff. So I bid you all adieu for the day. I ask you to be very safe out there in the wasteland. I hear it's getting more and more wild each and every day. But stay tuned. We'll have a whole fresh round of content this upcoming week with one big caveat. I don't think I'll have a Vault broadcast this week. There's a chance that there will be one on Thursday, but I've been trying not to overschedule myself. Had to get my car in to get checked up. We're fixing a mixer now. We're moving into an office. Got to get the dog to the vet to get a checkup. All this stuff at once. So I'm trying not to overburden myself. There might even come a time here, maybe August, September, that I look to do one Vault broadcast episode a week instead of 2. Once I'm firmly settled in and everything's firing at full pistons and burners, whatever, we might do more than that. But for right now, we're going to take it easy. We're going to play it smart. We're going to avoid crushing ourselves with too much work because Lord knows there's a lot of other things we got to sort out, a lot of other relationships and letters we got to send and all the rest. So thank you again for being with us. And like I said, stay safe out there. We'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.